is a city. Some call it Denton, Texas.
We call it ReaperLand.
It's Reaper. Whoa. We did it. Oh, sorry. Ta-da. Hey, everybody. How's it going? It's Friday. We did it. We made it to the end of the week. How's everybody doing today? Normally there's some chatter going on, but is my chat not picking it up? There we go. There's Roger. Thank you. I was like, did I get the wrong link? I didn't know if I got the wrong link or not. What's everybody been up to this week? For me, I've been making molds for most of the week. I had to clean air filter. We have this big air filter machine that we use for casting. So I had to clean all the filters out and replace, because we have two sets. Take all the dirty filters out, put the clean filters in, clean the dirty filters, and then put them up for storage. So whenever we need to clean that filter, we can just swap them and I clean them and stuff. So I had to teach some new people how to clean the filters for that machine. And I did that on Wednesday. Sorry. You know what? I normally don't yawn any other time during the week. Like after lunch, when I'm making molds, whenever I'm editing a video, whenever I'm casting, I never yawn during the week. I only yawn when I come on this show. And I don't know why. So last week, I talked about me getting my medications and going to the doctor and finding out, I'm diabetic, yada, yada, yada. I started taking my high cholesterol medicine on Sunday night. Obviously, after taking my other medicine first. Yeah, it is Friday and I'm ready to go home. That is very true. And my doctor told me to take my medications, a couple days apart, just to see if there was any side effects or anything like that. And after I took my high cholesterol medicine, I got really lightheaded on Monday and Tuesday. I kind of felt a little dizzy and stuff. But after that, I felt fine. I've been fine for the rest of the week. So my sugars are going down. So that's good. Couple of things today. We'll talk about some of the stuff that... So on Monday, we got a container delivered. And I think Tassine put some stuff in his channel on the Discord. Let me go over there just to double check. Yeah. So we got a big restock in for so we got Bone 6 stuff in a container, and then we got a restock list as well. And so you can see it here. So we have 44013. A lot of stuff that's been out for a little bit. I know the Troglodyte Spearman has been one that a lot of people really like. Axe Beak is back. The Raptor Hunting Pack is always really popular. I'm glad that that's back. Thrasher Snail, Enlarged Dark Dwarf Smiter. So there's quite a bit. The Bronze Golem is always a really nice one. So I know that Proctor likes to do that one in his classes and things like that. Crypt of the Dwarf King is back. So there was quite a bit of restock. And then I believe, where was the list for? He put it somewhere. I think it was Bone 6. He put it in here somewhere about what got delivered. I thought he put it in here. Yeah, there it is. We got the Briarwood Vale, the Green Griffin, Pathfinder Chibis, and the Archons of Justice on Monday. And so I believe there was supposed to be an email sent out when we had our meeting yesterday on Thursday, Ron was going to double check with Kit and make sure that all that stuff got sent out. So if you're the list is growing, and I think in the email Ron said that he was going to be adding there's 2 other box sets that we are making here, Slaughter Wallers and Rot Stump Bog, maybe. I can't remember, but I haven't asked about the paint. I know somebody asked about the paint, but I don't know why the paint is not turned on yet. But I'll double check and ask. And so yeah, another cool thing is that yesterday in our production meeting, we had this guy. We got the first test print of the Reaper. Why is this not going? There we go. This guy. This was the little test print for him. I just got this one angle, but you can see there's Tassine right here. There's Tassine in the background. Here's Bonita as well on this side, who's in charge of the paint department. But this was the first print. I think they were gonna do something with the mouth. I think something with the fill or something like that. I can't remember. They said they were gonna do something with the mouth of this guy, but I can't remember what. But this was the first test print, so you can kind of see the quality going on here. But this was just to see how it would work in the machine, etc. Looks pretty good. But yeah, that's Tassine back there. Vampire Reaper. Yeah, he does have like fangs. It's pretty sick. So everybody seems to be pretty excited. Yeah, I did see that post on Facebook, but I didn't want to do that until it's final, just because this was the first test print, and I don't know if Ron was happy with the sizing or what. But I know he's gonna print off a few to send off to Proctor and Rhonda to get painted. So maybe it is the final size. I'm not sure, but it was pretty hefty. I had something sitting next to it. I think I had my water bottle. I had a water bottle sitting right here, off to the side of the picture. But maybe I can show it off next Thursday on Reaper Live. But I'll try to get a picture of it for social. You'll be seeing this thing all over the place. For the Dwarf King, the Gnome King, I know that it was test printed out, but Ron told me not to take a picture of it yet. I think he wants to get it painted and stuff like that as well. So we'll see about that bad boy. But yeah, oops. But yeah, I'm gonna start using Reddit a lot more. I'm not. Sarah, my fiance, is a big Redditor. I'm not that much of a Redditor, but I'm gonna start using Reddit a lot more. So this week I was scrolling through and I saw this thing right here by Severe Currency, and this was a signed Doom figure that we made a long time ago. I honestly, I didn't know that we pre-packaged these. I thought they only came in the box set, so like the big box of the Doom figures. So this is my first time I've ever seen this packaging. I'm gonna ask Ron about it because I don't know. I know that's the old Reaper logo down there, and it says id right here. This is before they got bought by Bethesda, so this is very old. This is like in the 90s. Obviously we can see the Doom by Sandra Garrity, Baron of Hell. So I didn't know that we made them individually. And so that must mean that there's other packaged Doom models as well, because I think there's a total of like 11 or 12 different things that come in the big box set. But this one in particular is signed by Sandra Garrity, which is, I think, a pretty big deal, because there's probably not a ton of these that are signed in the package, like, at all. And apparently it was given to him by a family member. signed by Sandra Garrity, received as a gift from a family member that collects these figures, and he got them signed by Sandra at a convention. He says that she hasn't ever signed these figures before, so I was just wondering if that is true or not. And I wonder when they got this signed and at what convention. I've only seen the package ones like that. So the one that I'm familiar with is the Doom figures box set. Reaper. Yeah, this one, the big box. This one. This is the one that I'm familiar with. So you can see the Baron right here. This guy. That's the guy that was just packaged by himself individually. But the actual Reaper figure box set comes with all of this. But obviously this is when Bethesda bought id Software, and I think this was the new box. Yeah, so this was before me. So I've only ever made them for this. I've never prepackaged them or anything. So I don't know how they were distributed and how they were made when id did the contract for them. So that, I mean, id Doom models Reaper. So here they are unpackaged. 1993 Reaper. Oh, here's one. The image might be small, yeah. Oh. This is the Baron, the Cacodemon, I think. It's one of the demons. Yeah, it's the Cacodemon. Open image in a new tab. So I thought, when I came across that, I thought that was pretty cool. Does it have the year on here? It has to be 1993, 1994, right? These things are probably super rare. So that's pretty crazy that somebody got a signed one. I wonder what people were saying. Oops, sorry. Sorry for the yawning. Can't help it. I want to see the comments on this. Oh, unfortunately, I was given it opened, but it is held together with tape. Oh, so he opened it. That's really cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I know that they contacted us to make more of this box set, but I think with the price of metal and everything like that, I think that they didn't want to do it. So I don't know what the current status is. Like, we still have the contract and we still have these molds and things like that, but they haven't ordered any new ones. The last run that I made was 200, and that was years ago. Probably 4 or 5 years ago. I made 200 of them, and it took me a month and a half. So they're probably really rare and really expensive. But that's cool that this person got it signed. That's pretty neato. I'm gonna save this image. I don't save very many things on this laptop anymore. I'll just save them here. Doom signed. There we go. Maybe I could talk about that on Reaper Live next week. That's pretty crazy. So I figured that we could go through the Reddit at some point as well and looking at what people have been making. But gonna go through the Facebook as well, just like normal. I saw the Steve Skellerman's post, his little meme. on since he can't come to ReaperCon this year. He's going to be doing this. I also, Kara messaged me this week about maybe painting a little bit. So I don't know when or how or what, but maybe we can figure something out. She might come on and we can paint together or something. She can teach me her ways. I think that'd be fun content to do. Good old Steve. I'm kind of sad he's not coming to ReaperCon this year. I want to meet him. I don't think I've met him yet. We're just looking at the, is he done with these? Dude, this guy paints a ton. Jimmy, he paints a ton. Oh, this is that Vecna. Somebody running a Vecna Eve of Ruin game. I saw this week. It's a cool little model. There's a lot going on in that model. Ah. And here's this. I like to click on the Reset Media. Sorry. Sorry if you're in the game store. I think Bill might have pulled me up in the game store or something, but I don't know if they have sound on. Sorry for the yawning. Dude, this guy is a pain in the butt in metal to cast. I don't know if this is the metal or the bones version. It's hard to tell once it's painted. But the problem is you see these dumb little arms, his stupid little dinosaur arms. The way that they're positioned, they're like this. And so when you do a mold of this guy, like in metal, the mold goes right down the middle, like the mold line. So where's the camera? There it is. So if you can imagine, the mold line's right here. Both of these arms are on the half of the mold. This on this mold, this on this half. And so it's just, whenever it gets pressed, it's either gonna like bend the arms this way because the pressure is coming like this. So it's gonna push the arms or it's gonna wrap around them. It's so obnoxious. So every time this guy got cast in metal, his arms would have to they would get pulled out of the mold and they would be like this. They would be like broken. So we had to bend them back a little bit. So you'd always have to pull him out of the mold and then kind of adjust the arms a little bit. It was super obnoxious. But good job, Brian, painting that guy. That's what I think about every time I see this guy. Who did this one? Pammy D. This was one of the kid adventurers. Here's that little 4-piece. Pammy D was at Board Game Geek. She was helping with her local game store. They had a booth there, so she was helping there. But look at this guy. I like the kid adventurers. And it's not very common that you see a toucan as a pet, you know what I mean? As a familiar. That's not very common. So that was Pammy D. Swamp Shambler, I think. Bones 5 fan favorites. Whispering Ghoul's Bane. Oh, this is the thing with all the skulls. The Gnome Father Diminutives. This was a really cool green. I think this was a green sculpt. This was sitting on Ron's desk for such a long time. And I'm sure it's a blast to paint because of all the skulls and stuff in it. It's a good little monster to reanimate in a graveyard. Or have it come to life in some way. Oh, frick. Wow, I'm yawning a ton today. Not sure why. This looks like, I don't know. This is obviously a Raceland model, but obviously not ours. This looks like an old Raceland model. It's in a weird pose. And obviously painted him like the red robes. I don't think this is this ours? I don't think it is. Jonathan. It's always kind of hard to tell because since we make so many, this was the Hyborian Wizard, done by Tom Mason. I think Tom Mason did these. The Hyborian, really angular features. You can kind of see like really pronounced cheekbone, eyebrow like sections. He had like really angular features, and it looks really good. Like I'm assuming it looks really good at, like at arm's length on the table once it's all painted and stuff like that. Oh, we saw Steve Skellerman's thing. Ah, My Mini Factory, Tree Blight by Epic Miniatures. Here's our Vermin Scorpions. The tree again. There we go. Oh, this thing. The Ankh Egg. The base on this one's always really fun. This thing in metal was also a pain in the butt as well. Same premise as the dinosaur is these mandibles right here. They're parallel and the mold is straight down the middle. So that the mandible would always have like big chunk of tear out. It would scratch the mold over and over again every time you opened it. So it was just a pain to make. But I like the textures. Very like, you know, cockroach-esque. This thing's kind of terrifying, to be honest. Would not want to fight that. Ooh. Oh, these are the hellhounds. Good old hellhounds. The alchemist, Enora, arcanist. Beetle swarm. Ah, I like the blending from light purple to dark purple-ish. Purple to dark purple. Those are not our hellhounds, not ours. There we go. Ooh. He's in the trees. Look at this guy. Who's this? Misha? Misha Hansen? Misha? Forest working on the Ragged Wound orcs. Look at that leather, all the different browns. I like this guy with his little hook. I always love the little accessories on the models and stuff. Hey, Zox. We're just looking at people's stuff that they submitted recently onto the Facebook. And then we'll probably move over to the Discord to see what people have been working on. In the whips. Gosh, I like the brassy kind of rusted helmet. Looks really good. Ooh. I like this guy is probably my favorite of the three that we've seen so far. Really kind of muddy, and there's so much brown and different types of leather going on here. And like brassy kind of elements with the knee pads and the helmet. The hilt. Good job, Forrest. Ooh. Oh, gosh, the axe handle. I'm going to take a closer look at this. Where'd he go? Oh, come on. Why would it not get closer? Look at that. I really like that. Kind of rusted, worn, where it has the, you know, the little nicks and chipped coloration and things on it. Just looks like it's old metal and worn and things like that. The axe head of this is great. Hey, Dogfather. Oh, sorry, I didn't get to your volunteer stuff like I said I would. I'm all caught up on molds this week, so my mold making should be done for a while. Next week, I plan on getting caught up on a bunch of stuff. ReaperCon volunteers, ReaperCon stuff. I'm going to be posting in some Facebook pages and some other Discords for Dungeon Masters and or game masters and things like that as well. So we should getting like a ton more volunteers for that. Not volunteers, but people to run games. And to show off some stuff for the meet and greet and things like that. So don't worry, but I'll get to it. I started working on the Reaper Challenge League stuff on Monday, and I got pretty far. I did the whole month of April, January, February, March, April, maybe May. I can't remember. I did a whole month, and then I got called away and had to do some stuff, and I haven't been able to make back. I haven't set foot in this room in a couple days, so it's been pretty busy here lately, especially with the container coming and things like that. And pretty soon, the new factory is gonna be ready, hopefully. So we've been talking about what departments are gonna move first and things like that. And I kind of want to document it and stuff and take videos and, you know, kind of do things. We'll see. I really want to start doing like a weekly vlog or like a monthly vlog type situation. I think that'd be very fun. Like, I enjoy watching Wormwood's stuff. Like they're kind of vloggy style YouTube videos. And so I want to do something like that. It's kind of like a non-live stream video, but it's more of like a pre-recorded, like edited video. And it's just something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but you know, other things are more important. So I just haven't been able to do it. So hopefully some things calm down and we can restructure that. But it's kind of like the next step. But you got it. Other things are more important. Good news is I told Ron that I would like to make a metal version of this and then acid dip and polish it to make, like, I don't know. I was just throwing out a random number, but we could use them for like door prizes during the meet and greet, raffle giveaways and things like that. So that way they're kind of special. And that way there's not very many of them and you know, people can win them for door prizes and things like that. So that way they're a little bit more special. So there won't be probably a ton of the acid dipped ones and things like that, but that's if I can make a metal version of it. I asked Gent and she said that it might be possible, but we have to look at it. I don't know how complicated it's going to be because it is kind of big and thick, so I just don't know how many I can get on a mold or something like that. So it is a possibility, and Ron seemed to like the idea. So when we thought about it on Friday last week, that seemed to be a possibility that could happen for this week. So that'd be cool to get a metal version of this and acid dip it, polish it, make it look really nice. That way it's like a big statue. I was also telling him maybe we could also do some bigger versions, like make one really big one just to put as like in the Reaper Bucks store or, like I said, raffle auction. You know, we just need to put some stuff in there that's kind of unique and different that, you know, when you go to the show you could win or something like that. I think that's just a good idea. Plus it's just kind of fun. So we'll see. Yeah. So he seemed receptive to the idea. So we'll see. We showed off next month's promo, right? We're halfway through the month, so I think we're waiting for those to get painted. Was this done with the Reaper Challenge League? Andy? Oh, this is PCK, I think, on the Discord. This is looks like an entry into the RCL for the limited paint challenge, like limited paint section. The charnel grub. I like saying the word grub. You could always print a slightly smaller one, the metal copy. Oh yeah, you're right. Zoxy says, is it adaptable? So I think so. So obviously you can't see the back of this, but it's basically it's kind of concave, like how you would normally see a bust, where it's really thin on the bottom. You see how he's kind of tapered down, so that the base that he's on, or like where he's kind of resting, is very like small. But then on this backside, it's kind of hollow like this. It's kind of hollow on the back. So you probably could carve out like a V on his like shoulder, like in the middle of his shoulder blades, because it does go to like it's thicker up at the top where his shoulder blades are. So you probably could cart like a V and then attach him to the mast of the pirate ship. I could it's probably pretty easy to do that if I had to guess. Like modding wise. Well, I can't see very well on this one. Oh yeah. Oh, this looks like a screenshot, or something. Yeah, I think it would. Oh, thanks for putting the link in there. This is the Teak champion, Teak warrior, I think, but painted to look like a koi fish. I do like the sorry. I do like this kind of painting scheme, like this color scheme. I think it's very sweet with like such a terrifying kind of looking monster with a koi paint job. It's a pretty unique idea with the kind of the swamp water and things like that. It's very cool, like a were-koi. We have Brother Lazarus. Oh, there's a hole. The Inquisition from Starbreach tabletop game. So it looks like they got a bunch of different ones. Got both of the Alchemists, a couple of the Cultist, Sathrus, the Iron Golem. Is this Macius right here? This looks like Macius. Yeah, Jimmy. Hobgoblin Warband. With the bright green, orange-skinned leather. I think he has individual shots. Oh. Look at that shield. Shield looks really good. I like the slight little rusted sections right around the nails. I don't know if we can zoom in here. You can kind of see it there. Little tiny rust things around the edges of those rivets, bolts. He really hit the white right on the edge there. You can kind of see the edges, slight faded white right there as well, with the green. Looks nice. But dude, the green is such a unique choice. I wonder if it's to contrast with the orange of the skin. I don't hate it. It looks good. I mean, I'm not much of a painter yet, or at all, so can't say much. I'm just looking at him. It looks nice. I love Jimmy stuff. Oh, here's a closer look at the shield. He also has that same kind of rusted stuff on the edges. The eyes, too. More hobgoblins. I might need to remake this one for mold purposes. I'm not happy with his spear because that should be straight. But I think what happened is that there's so much negative space right here in this triangle and on the outside that when it got pressed, it got moved a little bit in the mold. So then it just stuck that way. Doesn't look too bad, but it's just, to my eye, because I know that maybe the masters got warped, that it looks a little odd. Here's Jay Dessa painting the Crusader Knights, the Crusaders. These guys were really popular during the paint take. The Bathalion, I think, is what these are. Bathalion horror that we have. With the green tentacles from Matthew. I like the spotted pattern. The pattern is really nice. It's giving me like lizard snake vibes. What is this? Is this the dire cabbage? No, it's not. I was about to say the dire cabbage wasn't this big. This was one of the plant horrors. I like that this is the roots, obviously. So they're like brown coming out of the ground. The plant dragon. Oh. Different shades of green. It looks awesome. Blending is super fun. Midwest miniature guy, Tom Nelson. Working on the Phoenix. I wonder if it's all three toes are there. Yep. So normally when this guy is cast, this bottom left on the Phoenix's left foot, this toe right here is normally missing. So if the mold is not hot when you make it and stuff, when you like the first couple of casts, this little toe will be kind of missing. Hey, David Weir. I like that the eye color is really popping there as well. It's kind of like a greenish, bluish face. Do you plan on doing any more casting videos? Possibly. That's if Dave lets me and stuff, you know. I like doing it. I like mold making. I would get different camera angles and stuff like that, different, better setup. I kind of did that very fast last time I did it. The main problem is the room that the casting is being done in. I don't know if you can hear it right now, but they're grinding material currently, and it's very loud. The door is open, and so I can hear it. But if I was recording out there or making a mold or something like that out there in the other part of this building, it'd just be very loud, like background texture noise. That's just a constant like grinding and chopping, and it's just kind of loud. But obviously, if I was going to be streaming, I'd be like, hey, can we not do that? For like the next hour or something like that. So this is the herbalist, I believe. Anne did a really fun paint job of this. This looks good too. Anne did like a striped dress, I think. It was like purple and white, I think. It was some kind of striped dress. But I like this model because it's giving very like townsfolky vibes. It's not like your normal like adventure character and things like that. It's more like dressing, like, oh, you come across a herbalist on the field that's gathering herbs or something like that, you know, or just like put on the outskirts of your town. I always like models like this that kind of tell a story that you can add to spice things up. Not ours, from Lou. Rocky. Why did Rocky always look so mad? This is from Krista. This was the brush holder. The eyes look really good, Krista. The eyes are phenomenal on this little guy. He always looks so angry. He's the angry little boy. This side doesn't look as angry. This one, he's like kind of scowling almost. He's kind of, but this side, he doesn't look, he's kind of like, you know, give it to me, I want it. He looks a little bit more happier on this side. But the eyes are really good on this model. They're really pretty. Obviously, they're really good to practice with, I guess, because they're really big as well. On this kind of chibi style. Look, he's angry. Oh, this angle, he kind of looks a little like frog-eyed almost. His left eye is more looking to the left. I like the pastel kind of ombre as well, from like blue to purple. Like that's all over, but especially on the tummy scales. Super cute. Here's that Vecna model we saw from Ken. I think in the Facebook page at one point, wasn't there 2 Ken Howards? I could be wrong, but here's a good bottle effect from The Alchemist. This was one of the 25th anniversary models, I think, wasn't it? Because I always thought it weird that her dagger was like in a weird position. But I think it's because she's like slashing down, or like she's like, you know, going down. I always thought it was weird position. Ah, Baron Blacktree. This is a really popular, like really cool knight, like not night watchman, night guard, townsfolky type character, but also really fun to paint, I think, because of all the stuff going on with the pouches and the belt and the different plates of armor. This is a very fun model. I think he has a really cool shield with the tree on it. Really popular elf. I can't remember the name, but really popular model. Good action pose. Yeah. Oh man, these are just iconic. Ken is doing like all the iconic, like ranger, rogue, knight. These are like some of the like early on dungeon dweller models. You can tell that they have a clear like vision of what they were doing back then, or you know, the early stages of those. The teak, one of the teaks, another one, the ranger, with the queen. Are they 2 different colors? Yeah, they are. Blue, silver, turquoise, purple. I like this one because he has the 4 arms. So he kind of like, you know, doing 4 different things. But it is cool that the spear is being held by the 2 opposite. Fun underwater poses. Oh, somebody's working, Ted, working on like a town. Shop stands. Oh, I'll talk about it next week. I went upstairs to go find something, and I came across some old, like castle pieces and stuff that were they're made from like ceramic, I think. So I'm gonna bring those over here, as well as I found a hot wire cutter. So I don't know how old it is or if it works or what, but I want to bring it over here so then we can maybe start messing around with that, making some terrain and working on some stuff like that. Bring back Terrain Tuesday or something. That'd be fun. Just work on terrain for a couple hours every Tuesday. And I still have, you know what's funny? There was a big tub that Ed used for Terrain Tuesday, and that's still over here. That has a bunch of random stuff in it, like all the different types of wood, the different clipping tools he used, all the different like kind of dirt and rust stuff he used. It's all still in a bin. This looks fun. Little city from Ted. Ah, this guy. Indre working on this Ronin. Man, this is the Pathfinder Ronin. And this sword right here, man, metal casting. This sword is so thin that it like the metal is so soft that it warps so easily. So I'm always really nervous to cast this because I take it out of the mold really slowly, and I have to take each individual piece off very carefully and then like set them in the bin like nicely in a certain way, because if you just kind of throw them around or you put a bunch in the bin and like you shake the bin around or whatever, they'll kind of knock into each other. And this blade is so flimsy That's why this model's packed with foam, so that it doesn't rattle around in the packaging and stuff like that. It's so painful. I hate it. I mean, white's hard to paint from what I've been told. So, very nice. Hey, this is the female Viking. The Valkyrie. Like that Viking model. So, this is a old school one, I think. I can't remember the actual name. I don't think it's ever been I think it would be under Viking, wouldn't it? There she is. Brigand Valkyrie. Human cleric Valkyrie. I think she's only ever been made in metal, I think. Judging from this. Oh, it's sculpted by Gene. Sick. This is a fun model. Cool whip though from Brian. Making good progress. I like this. What is this like attached by 2 rings around her belt? Is that like a little dagger? Or like a spyglass or something? It looks a little too small, but I guess it could be a dagger. Like a little tiny knife. Because this obviously looks like a dagger, right? Right here. Oh, it doesn't look as big on this picture. It's pretty neat. That might be a fun one to paint. Ah, the Frogman War there. Like the Frog Warriors. Looks like a dirk. Yeah, it could be a dirk. I always love that these guys use like turtle shields. Scott. It's so funny that he posted this. He posted this like I think the day before the big restock came. And I believe that this was on the big kind of new releasey restock that came in. I'm pretty sure this was on that container. It could have been on the previous container. I could be wrong, but I know that this has been waiting to come out. Yeah, I think these are super fun. But I think just seeing that these said that these are ready to come out and that they will be coming out on the 17th or on the next release. But the Town Watch. That's super fun. Ah, Josh got his Kyle. I think he said glasses for scale. He dry fitted all the pieces. There's the base. There's the glasses for scale. Let's go back. Let's look at the put together. There's Kyle, dry fitted. The wings are ginormous. The wings are huge. Town Watch. Yeah, they are here. Nice. Yeah. Here he is. Old Kyle. And obviously we're not doing like huge boxes and stuff yet for Kickstarter, but I'm assuming like once the like core set and stuff gets here, that's when like a lot of the orders and stuff for Kickstarter are going to start rolling out, which could be like any week now. So here in the next couple of weeks, like I would suspect, because I think they give us some estimated dates and stuff like that for like when the trucks are going to arrive and things like that, but they're almost always never like spot on. So, but I think there's only 2 or 3 containers left. But from what I understand, like looking at the chart and like the Google Sheet and all that stuff where they're all documented in the updates we get every Friday, the last 3 are like all together. Like they all have the same updates and the same like letters and like what stage they are in the progress. Like if they're on the water, if they're in the port, if they're on a train, all that stuff, they're kind of together. So I'm assuming they're all like bundled. Or they were all shipped at the same time and they're kind of traveling together. But the core sets, I'm assuming once that happens, it's going to open up a ton of people's orders for Bone 6. So I would expect a lot of orders to start coming in right when that arrives. The 30th anniversary dragon. Oh, speak of the dang devil. I literally just got the email. That's so funny. It just popped up. Okay. Here, I'll pull it up. I won't pull it up on my laptop, but I'll pull it up on my phone and see what's up. See if any of the letters have changed. Okay. So, estimated ETA. Inventory. Okay. Dallas. What letter are we at? Oh, the letter's updated. E and F. Okay, E and F. Sorry, I know that doesn't make any sense, but... Okay. Okay, so here's a good example. So the letter B in this Google Sheet, or this document, it says confirmed on board vessel. So that means that it's on the ship, on the water, on its way over. So that is the letter B. And then like C, D is like shipping documents, commercial documents. And then the letter E says arrival notice received. So I'm assuming that means that it arrived in port and that the paperwork and all that stuff was received by the port for them to start, unloading it. Okay, skipping ahead a little bit, the letter G is customs clearance received. Obviously, meaning that it's past customs, all that stuff. X is waiting for freight availability. So that means obviously waiting for freight trucks, trains, all that stuff. So two of the containers are E and F. So docks and arrival notice. So that means that they arrived in the port. One of them is Z, delivery confirmed. So that was the one that we got delivered on the 10th. So that was the one. And the other one is Y. So delivery setup. Delivering 6/11 or 6/12. 6/11 or 6/12. Wait, that can't be right. Oh, 6/11. That's already passed. That was this week. So I wonder why that says 6/11 or 6/12. Because that definitely... Did that arrive? Oh, different container. Okay, sick. I know that I'm talking in circles right now, but so it looks like the next two containers are together because they're both E and F. So that means they arrived in the ports. So the last, it looks like those are the last two containers, judging from this email. Sorry if that didn't make sense or if I confused anybody. So 2 containers soon. June 11th, June 23rd, and June 28th. I can see June 23rd and 28th being correct on the last two. So June 11th was the one that we got on Monday-ish. And so I would assume the next two are coming at the end of June or towards the middle in the next week or two. Since they arrived in the port, so now we just have to wait for customs clearance, freight availability, and then delivery. So those are the next 3 steps for those two. So could be any week now, any day, pretty much. Since today is what, the 14th? So that gives us another 10-ish days until the 28th, or 14 days. So yeah, 2 weeks. That's pretty sick. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen all at once. A couple of shots of some bridesmaids, some dancing girls from Alex. Dwarf. A lot of townsfolky. Ah, this guy. PCK working on the Overgord. Look at this guy. Ron hinted to me about a Halloween model and what we're going to be doing for Halloween this year. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out as we get closer to Halloween, obviously. But from what I've been hearing about people shipping and things like that, I've been asking the first orders that have been going out for Bone 6. I was asking how the shipping was, because obviously this is a different way that we've been doing it, and it's kind of different. And the shipping costs look pretty normal. They don't look outrageous or anything like that from what I can tell. And they're coming through our normal internet system that we use for our internet orders and things like that. So that seems to be going well as well. So the initial test that we did with Base Boss and things like that seemed to be... Oh, PCK? Oh, Pocket Land. Yeah, I've just always called them PCK, just because that's what I see the name as on the forums and on the Discord. But now that I know what it's supposed to be, there you go. Jedi Jared, yes, I was about to bring that up for Halloween. So, I don't know when to start it. Let's look at the calendar real quick. Wait, oh, my battery's about to die. Hold on. There we go. Okay, good. I'm glad I looked at that, because my battery for my laptop was about to die. That would be pretty horrible. Let's look at the calendar here. So we have June, October. So should we start it at the beginning of September? Oh, you want to start the one now? Or in July or August? So here we go. So we're in June. Let me scoot over. And I know it's not really ideal, but so last year I wanted to do like a sculpting monster mash, like conversion monster creation thing contest or event. And so for October, that would be when we choose like the winner or the submissions or look at people's stuff. So what's the estimated time that we should start that? Maybe August, like the very beginning of August. So that way you have 2 months, and maybe we can do it at the end of October. So that's like 3 months. That could be like the 90-day kind of idea. We could do that. So that way, right now a lot of people are still probably going to be painting their stuff for ReaperCon and things like that. Their entries for ReaperCon and things like that. I really do want to do some kind of monster mashup thing, conversion-y type painting challenge or event or something like that. I think that'd be very fun. So now we can start doing it. Because last year, it was kind of like, oh, it's October already. It's too late. And a lot of the times it's just me kind of doing these things and it's just kind of doing it on the side, really. In addition to all the other stuff I got to do. But yeah, that is true. In August, they still will be painting their ReaperCon stuff. So, for ReaperCon. You are correct. Oh! I think I can talk about this. 1 second. I got... Let me double check to make sure I can talk about this. I'm pretty sure I can. I got an email today that I haven't looked at. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So I guess okay. Sorry. I just had to make sure I could talk about it. So there's going to be one more addition to the sorry about that. There's going to be one new addition to the MSP Manufacturer Awards, or like the MSP Awards, and that is going to be from the Miniature Monthly crew. I will likely be posting this Monday or Tuesday next week, once I get it confirmed 100%. And it's going to be Paint a Pez category. So Liz from Miniature Monthly messaged me earlier this week about doing a award for the MSP for the best painted Pez dispenser. And I said, go ahead and ask, the MSP people and see what they want to do. And it sounds like they said yes, and that it's going to be a thing. So I will be announcing that on Monday or Tuesday once I get all the details. I wonder, there's going to be a trophy and stuff, I think, involved with it. I don't know all the super full details yet, but once I hash it out and things like that, I'll update all the manufacturer awards and the MSP, things like that, and start promoting that. But they want to do like the best painted Pez dispenser as a funny thing. Miniature Monthly, they're kooky, crazy people over there. So you can start painting a crazy Pez. Well, that's what I thought. I know that Aaron Lovejoy is going to teach at Nova Open this year, but it looks like Liz is coming to ReaperCon. And I think they might be doing the same thing that there's a podcast that Michael Dutcher, Dev Sodagar, and one other guy does. So normally what they do is they split. So, last year Michael Dutcher came and taught at ReaperCon, and his other half of the podcast went to Nova. And then this year, Michael Dutcher is going to Nova, and Dev Sodagar is coming to ReaperCon. So that way they can cover both events and go to both events. So I don't know what Miniature Monthlies, like Liz and Lovejoy and all that stuff, I don't know what their plans are, but she said that she's going to be able to come to ReaperCon this year. And so there you go. We have been painting Pez at Paint Jam at the friendly local game store. Yeah, Liz is coming. Yeah, Liz and her crew. Okay, cool. I do want to say I really like that Street Sam on the subreddit. I've got the model on my desk right now. Oh, the Street Samurai, this one. Asinus, the Mercury Flyer. This was Ed Pugh. He came up with all the factions and stuff for that RVE. Oh, Zox, you're going to be the Pez judge? Hey, Melon. Long time no see. So Zox, you're gonna be judging the Pez painting thing. It's pretty fun. I mean, that's a very Miniature Monthly thing to do that you guys are doing. Also, speaking of that, the gummy bear painting contest. So what's gonna happen is normally we do the MSP awards on Saturday and things like that, and then after the MSP, normally there's a Sophie Says After Dark for Hobby Hijinks. This year, Ludo messaged me and said that he doesn't want to do the Sophie Says After Dark on Saturday because at that time he's so tired and most people are kind of, it's just really late. And so he would like to catch up on sleep and things like that. So, last year and the years before, the gummy bear painting contest was done in the main lobby. He said that the gummy bear painting contest could be held in the Hobby Hijinks paint and take area. So now we have like an area for it, so they can use the speaker to do announcements. You can have everybody, everybody will have space at the tables to paint and things like that, instead of being out in the main lobby and there's not enough space, yada yada yada. So I think we'll have a more like kind of an official space for it this year. It'll still be kind of a fun thing to do on Saturday night, but yeah. Meet and greet, Melon. I would expect it next week. Nope, I don't want to say that yet. Ron is waiting for the bust. This guy. Oh, sorry, he's up here. Ron's waiting for the bust to get painted. So this was the test print that we did this week. He's waiting for this to get painted, and then I'm gonna also figure out about because we're doing barbecue and all that stuff, and I'm gonna ask for all the details about vegetarian or if there's an option for that, all that stuff. And we're kind of bundling it all together to get it ready to present. So we're waiting on the painted versions of these to kind of present it. This was just kind of a little tease, like, hey, cool little test print, which I'm going to be taking a lot more photos of the models that are coming out, the faction models and things like that. So I need to start posting a little bit more than I have been. It's just with the containers and the cleaning the filters and the mold making, it's kind of hard to do, keep on top of that stuff sometimes. I know I'm making excuses, but I'm only one man, you know? But I think he's waiting for this to get painted before we talk about it, like do the meet and greet. You provide the the gummy bears are provided, I believe. So they normally bring a big bag. They are provided. But you can bring your own, you know, like Samurai Jack said, that somebody brought their own. And I think that, was it Derek Schubert? He painted the mermaid. And I think somebody brought gummy worms, and they made like a worm, and they attached the worm to the bottom of the gummy bear. So it seems pretty loose and lax on a lot of the rules. Yeah, Melon, I think the rules are not super deep, but I think if you look at the tabletop events, there is the gummy bear painting contest on there. Oh, I gotta log in. Rip. Don't try to guess my password. Ooh, I don't even know it. It's just Reaper Mini 123. I'm just kidding. So it should be here on the event schedule. We'll do Gummy Bear. There we go. The 2024 Gummy Bear Painting Contest. And so, oh, I put this in, I think. I edited that. But it's Bryce Kokenauer is the host. So if you have any questions, you can always just message him on this page if you have any questions about the rules and things like that. I can see if we can get any more, like if there's any specific rules, but I think it's meant to be a fun thing. It's not meant to be like a super competitive thing. I think it's more of a casual, you know, very fun event is what I would say. Mm-hmm. 3 gummies in a trench coat? Do it. But yeah, very excited for this. I want people to see I want to see this painted, first of all. I want people to see I can't wait for people to see the Gnome King bust as well. I want to see this painted. That is floating around, but I think Ron wants to wait for that to be finalized and painted. So that is floating around, but I think Ron should be coming wait for that to be finalized and painted. That is floating around. So Mike Disney, he's doing digital painting. He's on. We haven't seen him in a while. Kana Minis is doing some stuff. Askren. Looks like he's might be working on some ReaperCon stuff or Reaper stuff in general.
Or it could just be direct,
just working on some art, maybe
commission
work.
Where they just send you an invoice.
Could be Reaper stuff. I'm not sure.
Or they they pretend to take.
So we might raid Askren. Let's see. Yeah, Kana. We could raid one of them, maybe. Hey, Pickled Peach. You need to turn up the volume. Yeah. The cool thing is, though, is that I'm going to be getting this set up to do some more like painting hobby stuff in here on this side of the wall. I know you guys can't see it because of the green screen behind me. But that way, if I have some guests or whatever, like if Kara comes on, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we have this whole space next to us right here, and we can put maybe paint in the middle. But this way, I can set up a couple of the cameras for like over-the-shoulder shots and things like that. Also have a big rack system I can hang up. It's going to be pretty neat. But yeah, we'll see. I kind of want to do terrain Tuesdays and stuff. We might start doing that, making some terrain. That sounds fun. That sounds like something I could get into. Pretty big. Hide all your pickles. Infinite Johns. That's right. Yeah, I think that's about it for me. Big deal. Big news anyway. Sorry, I was looking on Amazon before this. I was looking for some new production headsets because right now we just use like these in-ear. I have them right here. So right now, whenever we need to like talk to each other or whatever, we just use these little headphones that are in our ears. But I wanted a more production-heavy headset, and I think I was gonna go with. I think it was this one. I think this is the one that I'm gonna go with, and maybe get a couple of these. But this is for like long-term other things, because the game store wants to start doing some more streaming stuff. So I'm kind of gearing up for that, but no guarantees there. That's kind of a whole thing, you know. Just looking towards the future. So I would expect a lot more building updates coming soon, especially as we start to move stuff over. So as soon as we get our occupancy and we start moving things over, I would expect to see a lot of like updates on like moving things over and what the status is and things like that. That's my goal. Yeah. As we go into the back half of the year, I think that's the fun part. So I guess let's look at who we should raid, huh? So Monuments on, Kana, Askren, Sushi Dragon, Studio J7, Moko. Is there somebody new? Let's look at let's just look at the categories and tags of what everybody's doing. There's Luna Bacon. Chris Rose, hobbyist, is on. What's Luna Bacon working on? Warhammer stuff? Oh, Felicia Day is on? We can raid Felicia.
They better.
How am I not? I'm not following her on this account. Well, we could raid Felicia. Why not?
Did you see any correlation with the red marks?
She's just playing some random stuff, but we could raid Felicia. She's been nice to us, and hopefully she'll come to ReaperCon. Who knows? So, will be nice.
Nope. Okay.
We sent her a bunch of stuff, and obviously she did all the streams. We sent her a bunch of. Ignore that. Infinite Johns. Here. I'll get rid of that. There we go. You guys are in chat. We'll raid Felicia. Did we give up on the pizza dungeon? Sorry, I didn't see that question in chat from Melon. Not so much gave up on it. It's just they wanted to open up the game store. And so, you know, obviously doing a bunch of food stuff and getting all that stuff would have delayed it and took way longer and would have to hire a bunch of people and do all that stuff. So I think they just wanted to get the game store open because it was so delayed and things like that. So they just wanted to get it open. And so they turned it into like the whole back area where the food and stuff was going to be, that became Paint Club, Warhammer, X-Wing. That's where they play all the big board games, the big like skirmish games and things like that. And that's where Paint Club is. Paint Club is basically taking over that area. And so I wouldn't say it hasn't been like fully given up on, but I think it's just that was on the back burner because opening the game store was like a bigger priority at that time. So we'll raid Felicia. I hope everybody has a good weekend. I'm feeling much better this week after going to the doctor and stuff. I'm excited to get ReaperCon rolling again, like more as things start to pick up. Go check out your classes if you haven't got them yet. Also, if you guys have any ideas on what model I should paint first for like Kara and stuff, or what I should do first. She seems to be interested in coming on and painting with me, so that could be some fun content. Yeah, that's about it. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Bye-bye. Oh, is it Father's Day this weekend as well, I think? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope everybody has a good Father's Day. Yeah. Bye.